So I really don't know what was my plan. I didn't have a plan. That whole night was not part of my plan.
Had he done it before?
No.
But we told her we had read another police document which cites 2 earlier incidents. Once when he bashed in the windshield of her SUV, and another time when they argued and...
He repeatedly shoved you into a wall, another
No,
in December?
he didn't repeatedly shove me into a wall.
What happened?
He shoved me into the wall.
And that, isn't it happening? Is that a wake-up call?
When I said it didn't happen, I mean it's never been... I've never bled, swole up, black eye, bruise. It was not a fight.
Distinctions that might echo back to the ways you cope when you're a child in a troubled home. Something else she had never planned on letting the world know. What she says her father did to her mother.
Was it abusive?
Yes.
Physically?
Yes.
Severely?
Yes.
Did he hit her?
Yeah. On numerous accounts. It was like, I don't want to say normal, but it wasn't a surprise when it happened. Like, I just always anticipated it happening, and that's why at night I wouldn't want to sleep because I was too afraid that it would happen. I just would pull her away. I would be beating on my dad's leg the whole time, just trying to stand in the middle, breaking glass bottles so they could hear something else and snap out of it.
Was she taken to the hospital, to the doctors, that severe?
No, she never went to the hospital, but he broke her nose one time. But she would never go to the hospital. Domestic violence is not something that people want anybody to know, so she just would hide it in the house. I always said to myself, I'm never gonna date somebody like my dad. Never. I always said that.
Her fans were stunned by what Chris Brown had done to her, and even more shocked by what she did next. Right after Rihanna was beaten, it was a media sensation, everyone weighing in.
And if a man hits you once, he will hit you again.
That's right.
No man should ever put their hands on you.
Rihanna, if it happens again, you better run for the hills.
If it can happen to stars like her, I think, well, I hope it's showing people that it can happen to anyone.
If he really loved you, he wouldn't have put his hands on you like that.
Most of us imagined it had to be different for this formidable superstar who was surrounded by corporate sponsors. Millions of dollars, powerful friends. But we had it wrong. She says right after the incident, she was just like so many other abused women, filled with confused emotions and conflicted about where to go and who.
Point blank, denial is you start lying to yourself. The minute the physical wounds go away, you want this thing to go away. This is a memory you don't want to have ever again. So the minute the physical wounds go away, you put it in the back of your head and you start lying to yourself subconsciously.
Lying, saying it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Lying, saying he's changed. What lies?
Initially, you start thinking, what could I possibly have said to make him hit me and do this? Like, you replay that in your head, and then, you know, eventually you're like, you know, stop. I didn't talk about it to anyone, to no one. Not my friends, not my family. I don't want people looking at me and feeling sorry for me, like there goes the victim. So I felt really lonely. There were times when I cried. There were times when I just sat there all day and watched TV. I couldn't even go back to my own house because there were 200 people outside with cameras, paparazzi, journalists, fans, neighbors. There were helicopters circling. So I feel like I went to sleep as Rihanna and woke up as Britney Spears or something just to give you the level of chaos. And I'm like, if I feel this depressed, then what is he going through? Again, lying to yourself, I had to protect him. The whole world hates him now. His fans, his career, he lost me. I just need to let him know, don't do anything stupid.
You mean like hurt himself?
Yes.
You thought he might actually try to kill himself?
Everything was going through my head because I know he's never had to deal with something like this. I'm not saying that's an excuse for me to go back, but this is what I was thinking about.
But go back to him is exactly what she did. March 1st, just 3 weeks after the incident, she flew to be with Chris Brown in Miami. Her fans were thrown.
I think taking him back would be like saying it was okay to do that, and we all know that it's not okay.
I don't want you women out there to think that this is okay, because it is not. It is not okay. A man puts his hands on you, peace out, sucker.
They could try to make this relationship work if they chose to.
And there were also messages from some fans, some young girls, who said they were being hit and hurt too. Down in Miami, Chris Brown seemed to be so relieved she was back with him, even exuberant to have everything the way it was.
And did you think that was it? You were going to be back together again?
I actually didn't know. I actually did not know. I went through a host of emotions.
Did you tell him you forgave him?
No. It was confusing for me. I was still attached by love, but I wasn't thinking about the reality of the situation. I felt like I built this empire and the man that I love beat me, and because I'm going back, I'm going to lose it? No. And even then, you see, you started lying to yourself again, and I just felt, nah, that's selfish. I can't think like that. That's selfish. What if I am supposed to help him? But when I realized that my selfish decision for love could result into some young girl getting killed, I could not be easy with that part. I couldn't be held responsible for telling them, go back. Chris, even if Chris never hit me again, who's to say that their boyfriend won't? Who's to say that they won't kill these girls? And these are young girls, and I just didn't realize how much of an impact I had on these girls' lives until that happened. It was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call for me, big time.
How did you end it? When did you end it?
Shortly after Miami. I went right back to LA. I just said to him, I can't do this. I resented him. I resented him so much. And I always put the tough face on and try to, I can do anything, face, and just try to play it off. But he knew. He knew it. He kept asking me, you hate me, don't you? You hate me. And I would lie and I would say, no. No. And I did. It annoyed, everything about him annoyed me. Him being around me, him talking to me, everything was annoying for me. So finally, I just said, we can't do this. I cannot continue to do this.
And that was the last time you've spoken to him?
I spoke to him after that, but we weren't in a relationship. You know, he didn't accept that very well. Obviously he didn't want us to be apart. But I know how to make a decision for me.
He launched a series of public appeals saying he had written her a song, an apology called Changed Man.
I remember your touch, God, I miss you so much.